Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes, but when you look back, everything is different? C.S. Lewis. Now please rise for the Asheville School hymn.
Good morning. For those of you that know me, you know that fall is my favorite season. Pumpkin coffee, pumpkin bread, pumpkin pie, and anything else pumpkin should just be reason enough. Sweaters and leggings come on, which is what all the girls and guys love. Here in the mountains, or at least in places other than bipolar Asheville, North Carolina, the weather begins to cool and the leaves begin to change to that beautiful auburn. Just like the leaves on the trees, we change. As we grow up, we change. We change who we are, how we act, how we react. Basically, our whole persona changes. Sometimes you can see the change immediately, such as when you look back at old pictures from when you were a child, and then you look at yourself now, you can barely think of yourself that small. In the Harry Potter movies, for example, you can see how much Hermione, Ron, and Harry have grown throughout the 8 movies. In the first movie, they look like they're about 9 years old, and they're so small. And as the movies continue, they grow up into the last one where they're adults. However, sometimes change is not so immediately recognizable. It takes a while to process or to see the change because it is within us. I came to the Asheville School because I knew that if I stayed in my small town in eastern Tennessee, that I wouldn't get a great education and that I wouldn't accomplish anything. I couldn't see my life going anywhere. You see, my family is full of geniuses. My dad was an excellent surgeon who has accomplished so much during his career, but sadly he had to retire. While my mom is an executive in a major corporation. Even though my dad tries to seem all smart and acts as if he knows everything, my mom has the true brains of their marriage. Although she may seem unassuming, she is intelligent and strong. My 2 sisters get their brains from both of my parents. We have this funny joke in my family that I get all the bad genes from my parents. For example, I have my dad's nose. But this is another story for another time. I knew that if I stayed in Tennessee, that I would have to live up to the expectations of my sisters, and I just couldn't do that. So just like Siddhartha, I had to leave home in order to find my path in life. My first year at Asheville School, I was a rambunctious, stubborn, troublesome freshman, because I thought I could get away by following my own rules while sliding by the school. I was rude, cranky, and didn't get along with anyone. You see, this didn't work out so well. I hadn't learned till the end of my freshman year that by how I acted this year was when I made a name for myself and put a stamp of who I was and how everyone would see me. And starting out, not too many people liked my stamp. Freshmen, yes, all of you up there in the balcony, this is a more important year than you might realize, because how others perceive you this year is how they will continue to perceive you for a long time. When I showed up sophomore year, Miss Brooks would always say, "You've changed so much." And she was right. I didn't like my freshman stamp, so I turned over a new leaf. I knew I needed to be a different person if I wanted to succeed. In Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Albus Dumbledore says, "It is our choices, Harry, that show who we truly are, far more than our abilities. What choices we make are how people will look at us. Our choices make up our lives. The road ahead of us, the doors that will open, all depend on the choices we make that will lead us astray or point us in the right direction. I chose to make change, and whom I truly am began to show more. As soon as I began to accept the school and everyone in it, life for me got better. I chose to change how I acted and reacted to those around me, and by doing so, I began to gain the respect of my peers and teachers. For example, Mr. Montgomery always tells us that we should smile at those around us and say, "Hello," as we walk by, which is exactly what I did. And trust me, it's true, a smile that can make you and those around you feel better. Here at our school, we have to abide by the rules or else our road will become rocky and things will become difficult. In World Studies sophomore year, we read the book Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Yes, you sophomores who are reading it right now, actually read it. It is an important book. In this book, Siddhartha lives with his father in a village in India. While his father is a successful man, Siddhartha feels as if he is missing something in life. He longs for something more. Craving for inner peace, Siddhartha left his village to seek out enlightenment. While along his journey, he comes upon obstacles that cause him to contemplate what inner peace really is and how he is to obtain it. Years passed and Siddhartha lost sight of his vision. Just like Siddhartha and how he went astray from his original path, I forgot the purpose of Asheville School and why I was here. As much as I wish I continued to improve, junior year was a step back. Everyone says it's the hardest year, and I'll admit, the workload was difficult. However, the summer before junior year, I couldn't do anything because moving and eating made me feel like a double-sided knife was churning through my stomach. And after 3 months of no one knowing what was wrong, an amazing doctor, surprisingly in my own town, figured out that I needed my gallbladder out. However, it was a week before school started. So coming to school only 4 days out of surgery did not put a smile on my face or make me happy to be back. Last year, I took everything for granted. I was unhappy, and I was in pain, and I would like to apologize to everyone for that. I'm sorry. To help me push through the day, I had not only the support from my friends, but also faculty members on my side to help me push through every day. Mr. Colath, or how I call him Papa K, has always been by my side through thick and thin. While Miss Caldwell and her cheerful smile always make me feel better when I've been down, and she helps me push back through. One of the most amazing aspects of the community here at our school is that the entire faculty loves us, and they take care of us. And I've learned something during the second half of my junior year. There's an old proverb that helped me push through my year. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. When any of you are tired, or if you feel like you have so much on your back that it's too much to handle, just relax and take a deep breath. Take one step at a time and separate your obstacles. That way, when you look back at everything you have to do, it will all become clear and you will get through it. It isn't until Siddhartha experiences loss that he is able to sit down and listen to the river. Siddhartha loses track of what he wanted, but when he needs peace the most, his life turns around. He experiences loss and denial. However, it was when he struggles that he was able to find what he is searching for. Just like Siddhartha, I left home to find something that I was looking for, even though I didn't know what it was. I knew that I needed to begin a new journey. From freshman year to senior year, I changed. I began as a child who could not follow rules, be respectful, or do anything right. And now I'm ending it with a different view of the school and of myself. C.S. Lewis says, "Isn't it funny how day by day nothing changes? But when you look back, everything is different." Life can't change in one day. That would be too easy. To become something that you want to be, to become a better you, a better friend, a better student, or anything, it takes time. You have to put effort into it. Then over time, you will be able to see the change and the progress that you have done, and you will be able to be proud of your accomplishments. I learned all my lessons throughout each year at Asheville School, and by learning new lessons and ways to react to obstacles, I became a different person, and so will you. I remember my first fall here at Asheville School, and now here I am at my last. This place is a gift, and all the people in it help us learn to grow and help us reach for a higher life. Do not take what's around you for granted, because before you know it, it will be gone in the blink of an eye. Go in peace.